Hi, welcome back to part 2 of our Japan travelogue, which included a day in Busan, South Korea. Busan is South Korea's second most populous city after Seoul. Formerly Romanized as Busan, it is the economic, cultural and educational center of southeastern South Korea, with its port being South Korea's busiest and the sixth busiest in the world. Be prepared to haggle with the taxis which are available at the passenger terminal. We, however, chose to walk through the skywalk from the passenger terminal to Busan station. We exited the Busan station at Jungang-dairo, which is the main road that leads up to the BIFF Square, which was our next destination. It was a pleasant walk, taking in the sights and the sounds of Busan. We walked for about 4.5 to 5 kilometers, but really enjoyed the early morning stroll. Named after the Busan International Film Festival, BIFF Square is located in the bustling district of Nampo-dong. It is a cultural hub for movie enthusiasts and tourists alike, celebrated for its cinematic heritage. The square became renowned following the inaugural film festival in 1996. Akin to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the street is lined with handprints of famous movie stars and directors. Next, a good Samaritan voluntarily helped us out to take our bus to the next destination. The Gamcheon village, with a population of 375,000, was founded in 1950s when thousands of refugees from the Korean War from all over the country began living there, making it a large area of hurriedly built houses piled on top of each other on the hillside. Its streets form a labyrinth and the pastel colors of its houses give the village a picturesque look. The numerous color tones of the homes, the more than 40 works of art exhibited in the village, the craft shops, the art galleries and cafes, together with the programming of different cultural festivals and the participation of the residents in the revitalization, care and promotion of the village, give it a very unique appeal. And back to the BIFF Square, we were hungry for some delicious Korean snacks. We finally walked back to the ship through the Nampo-dong underground shopping center between the Jalgachi and the Nampo-dong subway station. It is a length of 517 meters and full of shops. So a day in South Korea comes to an end and we say goodbye to Busan. The next day, the ship cruises through the KANMON Straits or the Straits of Shimonoseki. It is a stretch of water which separates Honshu and Kyushu islands. The straits silt up at the rate of about 15 centimeters per annum and dredging has made it possible to build an airport at low cost. Walking on the ship is a great way to lose those extra calories. There are other ways too, but maybe tomorrow. We also decided to attend the second round of the art auction. Well, we just attended it, we didn't buy any. The ship docks at Hiroshima in the evening. It was the first city in the world to suffer a nuclear attack at the end of World War II. The Peace Memorial Park, in memory of the victims, was built on an open field that was created by the explosion. Today there are a number of memorials and monuments, museums and lecture halls which draw over 1 million visitors annually. The Ginbaku Dome, or the A-bomb dome, was the only structure left standing in the area where the first atomic bomb exploded on 6th August 1945. Through the efforts of many people, including those of the city of Hiroshima, it has been preserved in the same state as immediately after the bombing. Back to the ship with the overnight halt at Hiroshima. After charging ourselves with a good breakfast, we headed out to Miyajima Island. The best way to travel from Hiroshima to Miyajima is via train and then ferry, which takes approximately 1 hour from Hiroshima station. Itsukushima, also known as Miyajima, is a small island in Hiroshima Bay, western Japan. It is known for its forests and ancient temples. Just offshore, the giant orange Great Torii Gate is partially submerged at high tide. It marks the entrance to the Itsukushima Shrine, which was first built in the 12th century. The main shrine is connected by beautiful corridors to the Marado Shrine, Tenjin Shrine and the No Theatre stage, all in perfect balance with the nature surrounding it, and of course providing an auspicious place for a traditional Japanese wedding. We head out next to the Miyajima ropeway station, which is about a 10-minute walk inland from Itsukushima Shrine. We really enjoyed the walk, greeting deer and enjoying the cherry blossom blooming along the way. There are 3 hiking trails leading up Mason: the Momijirani course, the Daishu-in course and the Omoto course. We chose the Momijirani course. While it is the shortest, it is also the steepest, leading mostly through the forest. You can see some shrines along the way. Using any course, it takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to reach the summit. At 500 meters above sea level, Mount Meeson is the highest peak on Miyajima. On clear days, it affords spectacular views of the Seto Island Sea and as far as Hiroshima city. So after a fabulous day, we took the ropeway down, walked to the ferry station, and then we took the ferry back into Hiroshima city. Back in Hiroshima, we visited the Hiroshima Castle, which was constructed in 1590s but was largely destroyed by the atomic bombing in 1945. This tree survived the atomic bombing. Back in the ship, we headed for dinner. Our next port of call, Kochi, which is the capital city of Kochi Prefecture, located on the island of Shikoku in Japan. We hailed a taxi and headed out to Kochi Castle. Now Kochi Castle is an Edo period Japanese castle. It is located at Otakayama Hill at the center of Kochi city. It was opened in 1601. A resident in Kochi suggested this place, the Culture Plaza Kolport, to see the full blooming of the cherry blossoms. So if you are in Japan during this time, I think this is the place you must visit. When in bus stations or train stations, always keep a lookout for these tourist-friendly staff and interpreters who will always go that extra mile to help you with a smile. We headed back to the ship and were welcomed by musicians who were all ready to give us a warm send-off. After waving goodbye to Kochi, we thought of diving into the pool, but the rough seas had other ideas. So we thought of enjoying some smooth music. Next, Osaka, also known as the Manchester of Japan. It is a large port city and commercial center on the Japanese island of Honshu. It's known for its modern architecture, nightlife, and hearty street food. We immediately headed out to the ever-popular Nara Park. The fastest way to get there was a 35-minute limit rapid express from Osaka Namba to Kintetsu Nara station. Nara Prefecture is located in the Kansai region of Japan and is known as the home of many early emperor palaces, large Shinto shrines, and abundance of wild deer that roam freely throughout the region. And then you have vendors all over selling deer feet for 200 yen. The Shika deer in Nara are nicknamed the bowing deer for the way they sometimes lower their heads at visitors. The motion resembles a courteous bow. The deer in Nara are considered sacred and have been protected here for more than 1200 years. The Todaiji temple, founded by Emperor Shomu, is probably the most famous attraction in Nara, known for its magnificent bronze Nara Daibutsu statue, or the Great Buddha of Nara. Back amongst the deer, we continue to follow the bowing custom and strolled around this magnificent park. We finally head back to Osaka.
Keep on walking, keep on standing here.
The 16th century shogunate Osaka castle is surrounded by a moat and park with plum, peach and cherry blossom trees. You can see people enjoying the hanami at this time of the year. And it was a great way to end the day with a relaxing afternoon amongst the cherry blossoms and Osaka's residents. We then head for the ever-punctual subway trains of Japan to get back to our ship. Toba was a tender port for us in the sense that the ship did not dock at the port but dropped anchor in a suitable spot nearby. We disembarked the ship onto lifeboats that ferried us to the docks. At the port, we were greeted by some young sumo wrestlers who were ready to pose. And here too, we were guided by the local tourist staff who helped us to get onto a bus on our way to Ise Jingu Shrine. The bus costs about $6 and it took us about an hour to get to the shrine. Ise Jingu is a Shinto shrine which is dedicated to the solar goddess Amaterasu. The shrine grounds are along the Isuzu River, where one washes one's hands to purify one's soul before you offer prayers. After visiting the shrine, we walked through this cute market street. We strolled around the town a bit and then headed back to Toba dock. Omaezaki is a city located in Shizuoka Prefecture at the tip of Omaezaki Peninsula on Japan's Pacific coast. Like in almost every port, there were stalls set up to guide tourists. Our first stop was the Omaezaki fish market, and it was one of the cleanest fish markets that I have ever seen. Yes, fine. We then took a leisurely walk across the shoreline and just enjoyed the vastness of the area. After that, we visited the Omaezaki Lighthouse, which was built in 1874, one of Japan's top 50 lighthouses. Back on the ship, we bid farewell to our last port of call, Omaezaki, and headed back to Tokyo. We made the most of our last night at sea on the Diamond Princess. We bid farewell to the fantastic crew and staff of the ship. We checked into a hotel near the airport as we had to fly back the next morning. And I don't know why we were not surprised when 3 robots greeted us at the hotel reception. So this is the fare adjustment ticket counter. So if you have taken a lower fare ticket and you want to extend it in the next station to a higher fare where you get off at a station further away from your intended point, then you can always come here and fare adjustment after you get off the tracks, and then you take the ticket out. The Zojoji temple is one of Japan's principal Buddhist temples. It was founded in the 14th century. Located in its precincts are the tombs of 6 Tokugawa shoguns, imperial princes Kazunomiya, and wives and children of shoguns. When in Tokyo, you must visit the world's first digital art museum at Tokyo's Team Lab Borderless. It uses over 520 computers and 470 projectors to create a borderless world. It offers such an immersive experience that you just don't see the art, you're part of it. Artworks move out of rooms, relate to other works, influence each other, and at times intermingle without boundaries. Through this group of works, one continuous world without boundaries is created. Remember to book your tickets well in advance online, as you are given a specific time and date when you can visit the museum. The ticket prices range from 3,600 yen to 5,400 yen, depending on the day of your choice. Has some mesmerizing exhibits like the Infinite Crystal World and the interactive Sketch Ocean, where each piece reacts to your movements. In the evening, we headed out to the Chidori Gafuchi Moat to get the final glimpse of the cherry blossom blooming in Japan. After waving a final goodbye to this beautiful country and the various gadgets that we faced across various parts of Japan everywhere, we finally headed back home with memories to cherish for a very, very long time.